Hi, Rebecca Collins here. I am doing another Urban Artist Market video with Kathleen Israel. She does fine jewelry design work. And hi, Kathleen.
Hi, how are you doing, Rebecca?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for getting this going.
Tell us, well, we were talking a little bit earlier, and she had this phrase that just really lit up my ears, and it's legacy stone.
Yeah.
Tell us about legacy stones.
Okay. So oftentimes families will have pieces of jewelry that have grandma's diamonds in them, or the diamonds from dad's wedding ring, or
high school ring,
any of those pieces, and they want to preserve the stones into a piece that they could wear today. So I love to take the bits and pieces and put them into something gorgeous, something very workable for someone to wear today to enjoy those stones.
Very good. Show us, let's look at the actual pieces you brought, and then she's also got some printouts that we're going to look at. And take that on in so they can see the details a little bit. There we go.
So this piece is a piece that I just finished. It's a sapphire and diamond ring. The customer commissioned this piece without a lot of detail. She said, I would like to have a vintage inspired diamond and sapphire ring.
And she just let you loose?
She let me loose, my favorite thing. Yeah. So this is what I came up with, and I'm not sure if it's all in focus, but I started out with this vintage diamond. It's a European cut diamond, and I found these half moon sapphires to go on the side.
Very pretty.
And then I drew up the mounting, all the sketching done to scale, including all this scroll work and mill grain that was done in the casting. So to go back a little bit on the process, what I did is I do this sketch, and then I ask the customer for their approval on the sketch. When the customer and I are kind of on the same page, I go ahead and I email my sketch. Thank you. I email my sketch to my CAD artist. Ooh, that looks good on you.
Looks good on me.
I can make another.
I bet.
And the CAD artist goes ahead and produces the piece digitally. So the digital image, once the customer approves of it, is then emailed to a caster who goes ahead and prints the image with a 3D printer.
She was telling me that it's all revolutionized. So I actually did jewelry metalworking in college, so I know a little bit about lost wax casting and all, just a little bit. But that's old school. Now they're using 3D printers to make your molds.
So it still is lost wax casting. You still need the wax.
You still need the wax.
But the wax is printed digitally.
It's what goes through the printer.
Amazing.
That is so cool.
In years past, when I did jewelry design, I've been doing it for almost 40 years now. After drawing a sketch and getting the customer's approval on the sketch, I would hire a wax carver. The wax carver would come in. $300 later, after talking with me, I would have a mold to show. If there were modifications on it, it would be a start over. So custom work was not very cost effective at one point, but now with the digital and the 3D printing, modifications are just
easy and fast. And
it's so great.
That is awesome.
It's great, and the customer sees the renderings, and the renderings come out just like the finished piece comes out just like the renderings. There's no guesswork involved.
That's so cool.
So it is.
This is another one, and these are legacy stones also. Very nice.
These came out of a necklace, and this goes all the way around on the band. So she had a good number of stones. There's the camera there. A good number of stones, but not enough to go all the way around. So I matched them and provided the rest to finish a piece. And sometimes a finished piece needs
a little something more.
So I source the stones and do that.
Let's see your CAD drawing.
Sure.
And your sketch.
So this
we
is
have to roll back a little.
Okay.
These are some big drawings.
So
she uses these at her shows and
yes,
stuff.
This is an example. A customer recently lost her husband, and her husband had given her a sapphire ring, and she commissioned me to make her a sapphire diamond pendant that would coordinate with the ring. So this is what I sketched for her. I used this diamond in the center, was the engagement ring. And then I added diamonds in a halo around it, and the sapphires from there. She wanted a two-tone piece, so the center is white gold. Okay. It's got the sapphires around it, and then the diamonds around that. So it's really a pretty basic sketch. This sketch then was emailed to my CAD artist.
Right.
And this is what the CAD artist translated it to. Remarkably like what I sketch.
Look at that.
Everything is done to scale.
Yeah, cool.
So it comes out just exactly, I'm going to come around this way.
Where are you?
There you go. Exactly what I'm asking for. So my customer gets this, she approves this, and then I go ahead and produce the piece, and the finished product looks just like the sketch,
right?
Just like the CAD.
Nice. So
it just makes it so much easier for the customer to understand what their finished product is going to look like.
That is so great.
So fun. It's so fun.
I love how the digital revolution has changed
incredible.
what we're all
It's
doing.
incredible.
So tell me about this piece.
So that piece, this is not the finished product. Again, that's the CAD.
Okay.
This is the CAD, but the finished product looked just like it.
Yeah.
This was from Mom's. There was a big waterfall ring. There were several rings that went into making this.
Yeah.
I added this part here. The little diamonds around the bottom part here were not hers, but it needed it to complete the piece. It's a big piece, but it came out fabulous. It was great.
Well, it's so nice that you're creating these things that are just, they were keepsakes to begin with, but they were no longer being used every day.
They were sitting in a jewelry box.
Yeah, they were sitting in a drawer waiting to be given to some granddaughter someday.
And gems can't sparkle when they're in a jewelry box. They got to come out and get some light, you know?
They do. They need the light of day, don't they?
Yeah. This one is so simple, but I just love it. Her mom had a little cluster ring with these sapphires in it. I'm sure it was pretty for 1950.
Yeah.
You know, the mounting was worn out, so her first thought was, can you restore this mounting? Yeah, I could restore the mounting, but what if
we do something new? Yeah.
And so this goes along with her wedding set now.
Oh, nice.
And beautiful. She loves it.
Nice. You're really getting the stories and lives of these people.
Everybody, and that's the most fun.
Nice.
That's the most fun. So this piece is, the centerpiece is a diamond earring that my customer's husband had given her, and it never looked like enough for her. So it got a little bit added to it, and it's now a ring. She loves Mississippi State. So she requested red. So that's got rubies around it, and it's done in two-tone with a white gold center and a yellow gold band.
Very nice. Okay, we're going to switch gears here. I'm digging on this. It's a man's ring, but I tell you what, I'd wear it. This is gorgeous.
And this happens to be my son-in-law's ring.
Oh.
How fun when you can design for family and friends.
Right.
And
is this his wedding ring?
This is his wedding ring.
No.
Yeah, this is his wedding ring.
Platinum or?
No, this is actually 14 karat white gold.
White gold.
Platinum is a pretty malleable metal, so it's pretty soft. He's an Air Force pilot, and I worried about him dinging and banging and changing the roundness of it. That's a diamond.
One simple.
That's
so one little
little diamond.
Nice?
One little diamond.
This is handsome.
And it's got, can you see on that the back of the shank is square?
Oh, yeah.
It's squared on, it's a squared and rounded. So the back of the shank, that's called a Euro shank. Okay. So it lays really flat on the hand. Oh, nice. For somebody who uses their hands a lot.
It's comfortable.
Very comfortable fit.
Very handsome ring. So stuff for women and men.
Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. This is a fun piece. This customer had a very old-fashioned, I'm going to say very old-fashioned because it was 1970s. So
it's old-fashioned.
My wedding ring was 1970s too. Done in yellow gold. Nothing wrong with yellow gold, but the style of it with the baguettes around was out of style. Okay. And she wanted something bigger, more powerful. The baguettes went in the band. The center diamond stayed where it is, but I took the diamonds from her mom's engagement ring and put those all around it and made the halo out of her mom's. Nice. I wish I had a side view of the profile of this. There's some beautiful scroll work and detail in the side.
Pretty.
And she was very pleased.
I bet they're all thrilled.
Yeah.
Okay, and here's a cross.
Another legacy piece. And this piece, another person who was widowed recently. This is her engagement ring in the center with the baguettes that were on the sides of it. Next to it, the diamonds from her mother's wedding ring, top and bottom, and then the larger stone at the top was her husband's mother's wedding diamond.
And you know how you're
she's got all
telling
of
me
her loves
these
there.
stories, you know, I can just imagine these people sitting at their church or family gatherings, family reunions, or wherever they are, telling the story of the piece, because somebody will comment on it and they're like, oh, this was so and so.
Exactly.
It's a conversation piece to begin with.
Exactly.
So
she said it was all of her loves in one place.
Aww.
I have to tell you though, this is kind of the antithesis of it. I did one pendant for a customer. I didn't bring a picture of it, but it had it was decorative and detailed and had 3 tiers to it. But she named it All of My Husbands. Because it had all of the diamonds from 3 different
husbands.
So
oh my goodness.
All of My Husbands was a pretty popular piece.
That's hysterical. I'm kind of liking that.
That was creative. Anyway.
I love that.
This is another piece that is legacy. My customer had the center diamond. Her mother had the diamonds that are in the halo around it and the little sapphires on the side. So this became very special after she lost her mom. She wanted to wear her mom all the time.
All the time.
And I understand that.
Yeah.
Something that was dear to somebody that you loved, you want to have with you.
It's true.
So,
I have a ring of my dad's that was, I don't know, he never really wore much jewelry, so he must have gotten that when he was younger, and it must have sat in a box most of his life, but it's a citron, I think.
Oh, yeah, citrine.
Citrine, yeah. And I was wearing it stacked, because it doesn't fit well. It's a man's ring, so I'd wear other rings on top of it. And now I'm just wearing it on a chain.
Beautiful.
So that's one way to do it. But this is a much more creative solution.
It just depends on what you want to wear too. So, and I do some very simple things as well. Simple pendants, simple earrings, simple rings. It just seems lately I've been getting lots of people who are saying, I've got all these stones.
I need all of this in
do
one.
Something,
and
do
here's
something
the kitchen
with
sink.
it.
And she can make it happen and make it look good.
And sometimes I'll have to say, maybe a little too much in
Let's
this.
step
We
back.
might be over designing. Can we leave the pearls out, or can we, so.
Yeah.
But,
what a challenge.
Yeah.
Because you've got those constraints trying
it's
to
really
get it
fun.
all in. Yeah.
And it almost is kind of like, I could relate it to like a sculptor seeing a beautiful piece of marble and thinking, what is this telling me it wants to be?
Right.
So I take all of these gems out of the mounting, and I'm thinking, what are they telling me? What do they want to be?
What do they want to be?
Exactly.
And so you do, in addition to the commission work, she does do design work just to have to sell, and so you'll have some of that.
I will. I'll have some of that at the show. So. And the pieces that I'm designing for the show, they're going to be more simple than this, but lovely wearable pieces, and those are going to have a 10% donation to the North Texas Food Bank if those are purchased. So.
Yay. Yeah. So you can help out your local food bank and get something for Mom. Yeah. Because it's Mother's Day weekend. So if you haven't got anything,
absolutely,
come see Kathleen Israel in the Urban Artists Market May 10th and 11th. I think. Yes, May 10th and 11th. And so we'll be there. Yeah. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's such a joy to meet you.
I enjoyed meeting you too.
Thank
you so much.
Fabulous work.
Thank you.
And I can't wait for people to see it.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.